Hello friends, in this video we will be looking into difference between a kit lens, a regular kit lens versus a f2.8 lens which is more like a pro lens, just to see what difference does it make. Is it worth going from a kit lens to a pro lens, and what are some of the advantages that you get when you go to a pro lens? So let's look into that today. First thing to understand is what is a kit lens. A kit lens is a very basic lens. Most likely you will get these lenses as part of your camera body, meaning when you buy the body, most of the times the lenses that come with it, if the lens is included, will be a kit lens. And most likely they start from f3.5 and they might go to f20, f22. That will be the focal length they can cover. These kit lenses can come in different variations of your zoom length. So this one we are looking at is 18 to 55 mm versus sometimes they can be more than that. I have seen some go up to 300 mm as well. So definitely you can get these in different ranges. Again, one of the advantage here is the cost is really cheap. So even if you're trying to buy these lenses separately, you will get them very cheaply. Now for somebody who is new to the photography and is trying to just learn the basics, this is really a good lens. Now on the other side, when we talk about f2.8 lenses, these are pro lenses, and the reason why they are pro lenses are because of that range that they give you on the focal length side. Achieving f2.8 is not easy, and every time you want to achieve that, your lenses get bigger, and that's why it's much heavier lens because your pieces of glasses are bigger. And when you use that f2.8 effectively, you can create really nice effects on your portraits, on your event pictures. So it definitely adds value to it. Because of those additional features, definitely these lenses become very expensive, and sometimes they can be as expensive as your camera body. And that's why it's a big decision to make whether to buy these lenses or go to these lenses or not. So again, if you're trying to get into that professional level, if you know you'll be earning some money, or if you have enough money to go for it, then definitely go for it. But if not, then stick with your kit lens. So what happens is when you compare the two lenses, there are 3 or 4 factors that change from this lens to this lens. And we can compare them and see what exactly changes. And maybe if it's not affecting the type of photography you do, then you don't need to really make that change. Now the first factor to consider is the sharpness. And I take a lot of landscape pictures, and I'll tell you, I used to use these kit lenses before. Sharpness can be affected by different things. It can be your f-stop and how camera reacts to it and things like that. But I used to use the kit lenses before and take my landscape pictures. With landscape pictures, one thing that you always want is you want the overall picture to be nice and sharp in most of the situations. And with the kit lenses, there is a limit to it. You definitely get good pictures, but the sharpness that you're looking for as a professional is sometimes missing when you're using these kit lenses. Definitely you can bring those pictures in your Lightroom, Photoshop and make those adjustments, but still I feel like these lenses don't do that professional job. When I moved to the pro lens, this is what I have been using for my landscape pictures, and typically I would keep my f-stop somewhere between 12 to 16 because that is the sweet spot, and with that definitely I get much sharper pictures. I have always said that I prefer to take a picture in the right conditions, in the right way, rather than trying to bring them in the software and edit them. And when I get a sharp picture, when my original raw image itself is a sharp image, then definitely that does a lot of work for me. So that is one advantage that I have seen with these lenses. The other factor that you want to consider is chromatic abrasion. Now what is chromatic abrasion? In most situations you will see chromatic abrasion only when there is too much of light coming from the behind. But what happens is when there is light coming from the behind, you will see these leaks of lights coming through on the objects in front. And with these kit lenses, sometimes you can see it to the extent where you're losing the object itself, or you're losing the colors of the object, versus with these lenses you see it less. So if that doesn't matter for you, if that doesn't really affect your photography, then maybe it's not a big factor, but something to consider if you're comparing the two lenses. The other factor you want to consider is the contrast and the colors that you can get from these two lenses. Again, the kit lens does a good job, but when you get into a f2.8 lens, you can see a big difference in the colors you get naturally from the pictures. With f2.8 lenses, definitely color is something that I have seen difference into, where you get much better colors with these lenses compared to the kit lens. So let me know if you have seen similar changes while making that transition or while using different lenses. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching.